Hey, you guys, how you doing? I want you to know something. I lost 60 pounds. Yes, thank you. His name's Trevor. He's about this tall. If you see him, tell him Daddy still loves him. So, I'm a queer, I'm a liberal, and I'm a Jew. Yeah. Some of you just heard the same thing 3 times. You did. Yeah. My son came to me the other day. He's 13. He's going on his first date. I was really excited. More excited than him. He's the last of my virgins. I'm not sure who I'm going to sacrifice now if he gets laid. I asked him where they were going. He said, a Bible study. I failed my son. I didn't know what to do. I'm a 52-year-old punk rocker. I got into punk rock 40 years ago. Back then it was called Hey Faggot, and they punched you in the head. This moment with my son, most perplexing thing ever. I didn't know what to do. I wrote down my Pornhub account information and password and just gave it to him. He rolled it up in a ball and threw it at me. He said, Dad, nobody pays for porn. I wasn't going to let him get away with this. He said, why are you trying to fuck a Christian? He looked me dead in the eye and he goes like this. It's a fetish. Should I fix that? Oh, fuck that. What else do I want to talk about? So anyway, I don't know if he got laid or not, but you know. I haven't always been the responsible person you see standing before you. This might come as a surprise. I used to do drugs. Any of you guys like to get high? I like to get high and listen to music. I think it's really fun. First time I did speed, I got into metal. And then I tried cocaine. I got really into punk rock. And then I tried heroin. I sold every record I owned. My girlfriend's bike. Sold my neighbor's TV. But I helped them look for it because I didn't want them to think I was an asshole. And I know what you're thinking. Is heroin that good? Or is Paul's Taste of Music that bad? Yeah. Yes. So, I've been working out. I was at the gym the other day, and there's this one woman. She's the prettiest woman I've ever seen. And we were standing at the water fountain. I said, I bet everybody in here hits on you. She goes, yeah. She goes, you're hitting on me, aren't you? And I go, actually, no, I don't shit where I eat. And she looks me dead in the eye, and she goes like this. She goes, sometimes you just got to take a shit. So we went out. And it was amazing. It was the best date I ever had. I fell in love on the first date. And afterwards, I was saying goodnight, and she goes, how about you come back to my place for dessert? We get back to her place, I'm not kidding, there is a trail of roses leading into her bedroom. And on her bed is chocolate-covered strawberries. She undresses herself, undresses me, tells me to get into the bed, gets on top of me, and starts feeding me. Right then and there, she takes a shit on me while I'm eating. Sometimes you just gotta take a shit. Yeah, so, anyway. Anybody have any mental health issues here? Let's remove the stigma, right? It's depressing, who cares, right? I have suicidal thoughts. They're a little different, though. I want someone else to kill themselves. And if I'm losing anybody, if you've ever driven, you probably know what I'm talking about. See, I'm from New Jersey. I drive like this. And then I open the garage door. And then I start the car. And I turn around and say, kids, get out of the car. But I really wanted to know what was going on, so I Googled it. It's like, what do you call a person who wants someone else to kill themselves? And I got suicide prevention. Not what I'm looking for. But I called them anyway. Turns out they have the same problem I have. They hung up on me. Said, go kill yourself. What I realized from all this, though, is if I want to kill somebody, I'm homicidal. If I want to kill myself, I'm suicidal. If I want somebody else to kill themselves, I'm a visionary. It's plain and simple. So, anyway, I'll leave you with this. I love doing stand-up, and every once in a while, like, some magic happens. And a guy came up to me, and he said he really enjoyed my honesty about my drug use. I said, really? He goes, yeah, I'm an addict, too. I was like, really? What are you addicted to? He said, I'm addicted to coffee. Wow. I was like, must have been rough out there. It was terrible, huh? He goes, yeah. Because I used to go to Starbucks 3 times a day or I'd get a headache. He asked me, he said, what was the worst thing you ever did out there? I said, well, one time I robbed my grandmother at gunpoint. You look scared. Don't worry, Grandma's a pussy. She didn't shoot me. All right, that's my time. I'm going to go. Thanks, guys.
You guys, give yourselves a round of applause. Serious, you guys are fucking awesome. Oh my God. You know, I just did a show up in Georgetown and I told the crowd, I said, I'm a queer, I'm a liberal, I'm a Jew, I'm a punk rocker, I'm from New Jersey. Thank you. That wasn't the response I got in Georgetown. Lady said, oh, honey, bless your heart. You just keep repeating yourself over and over again, aren't you? Fucking Georgetown, right? Yeah. I know. No, she was sweet. I brought her out here with me. We're going to go do it in a little bit. I'm one of those older comics too. I'm 52 years old. I got a pair of bifocals recently. When I was 25, I was bi-fucking. Not gonna lie, bifocals are actually way better. Because they make everything look bigger. You just can't go wrong with that shit, right? Oh, what else is going on? I guess you guys, porn fans here? Porn is like so fucking cool. Like when I was a kid, porn was way different. It was a hunt and a struggle. And it was paper. But I like watching my favorite porn to watch is watching 2 guys have anal sex. There's no fucking plot. It's just fucking right to it. And I think the reason I like it a lot is because it's the one type of porn that I enjoy watching happen to somebody else more than I enjoy watching have it happen to me. You know? It's like a car accident, you know, like a really brutal fight, or like being in the Paralympics. I don't know. It's weird. Sex is fucking weird. Sex is crazy. Where are my ass eaters? There we go, right there. Fucking hands up. It's fucking awesome, especially with a woman, because it's like you got like the tangy and sweet right there. You don't have to travel very far. Like Willy Wonka, fucking heaven. Willy Wanker. Yeah. You know, I lost weight. I lost 60 pounds. Yeah, it's actually one of my kids. Be careful what you're plotting. But no, all joking aside, I like going to the gym, and I was at the gym and I saw this woman, and she was really, really attractive. She was like the type of attractive that like dudes were like putting weights on their dicks and lifting them with arm-ons. And I'm that guy that's like, you know what, I'm not gonna be that guy. But she was standing next to me at the water fountain, so I had to talk to her. And I was like, I bet everybody in here hits on me. She goes, yeah, just like you're trying to right now. I was like, oh no. I was like, I got one rule, I don't shit where I eat. And she grabs me by the neck and goes, sometimes you just gotta take a shit. So we went out. And it was actually a fucking great date. And she invited me back to her place. And we get there, and there's chocolate-covered strawberries on her bed. And she says, get naked and get in my bed. I got naked and got in her bed. She gets naked, climbs on top of me, and she takes one of the strawberries and she reaches out and goes to put it in my mouth. And just as I'm about to eat it, she shit on me. She just goes, sometimes you gotta take a shit. I am now a fecophiliac, I think. I don't know what the hell I am. But she dumped me. Well, no, she broke up with me. Careful with the words there. We stopped seeing each other, and I was kind of heartbroken. I didn't know what to do, so like, I went to the gym and I bought, I got a bag of potato chips, a box of chocolate chip cookies, and some X-Lax, and gave it to her. Kind of letting her know I missed her. And it worked. I got one more pity fuck, or shitty fuck out of her. Yeah. So that's how I got into, that. Find me on FetLife. But I'm gonna get out of here. I'll just leave you with this. Like I told you guys I'm queer, and for a long time I was always kind of like, I like men, I like women, but I've never fallen in love with a man. You know what I mean? Because anybody can fuck for love, but I fuck for money. But the one thing I learned, the truth is that, I like women more. And I do. And one reason, I've never gagged on a clit. All right, thanks you guys.
Queer, give it up for the very funny Paul Weiner.
I heard somebody who was on a date.
Oh my God.
No. I do want to thank Ozzy, your host. He's doing a good job. Give Ozzy a round of applause. He looks way more scary than he is. He's all bark and a lot of bite. So yeah, he was right though. I'm a queer. I'm a liberal. I'm a Jew from New Jersey. I'm a punk rocker. I was at a show the other night. I said this. This woman goes, y'all don't need to keep repeating yourself over and over again. Bless your heart. Which I found out what that really means in Texas. Bless your heart. See, I said bless your heart today to somebody who, they were trying to use their blinker. It was hanging off their car. In the rain. And I was like, oh, bless your heart for trying. And then I realized, that's not the proper use of it. At least in Texas. In Texas, it's a 4-letter word. So yeah, I'm from New Jersey. Can't use a mic stand. I don't know what it is. From New Jersey, one of the ways you can tell I'm from New Jersey is when I get behind the wheel, I just look like this. And then I start the engine. It's interesting growing up in New Jersey too. I'm a mix. I'm Irish Catholic and German Jew. Yeah. Might get really drunk and then do a home invasion later. But I stopped drinking though. I don't know. You guys might drink. I don't ever want to put it down. I had to stop drinking though. Not for the usual reasons though. I have an allergic reaction. I break out in handcuffs. Followed by a reoccurring rash of felonies. It's all right though. I'm doing much better now. Laying off the juice. So yeah, I know that you guys are on a date, but I'll talk about my relationship. I started seeing somebody, it's been almost a year, and we decided to do the Myers-Briggs to see if we were compatible 6 months after we started having sex. But are you guys familiar with the Myers-Briggs test, where you find out what you are. Turns out she's ENFJ. It's empathetic, nymphomaniac that fucks Jews. I'm PTSD, which works out great because she likes fucking crazy. An interesting story too. How I found out I had PTSD was really interesting. I joined the military. I know some vets here. I joined the military back in the 80s, and I was in basic training, and the platoon sergeant said to me, he goes, "You a commie, a devil worshiper, and a homosexual?" I was like, "Actually, I am." I didn't know you weren't supposed to say that, though. Out loud to a platoon sergeant in the 80s. And they took me to see a psychiatrist, and that's where I found out I had PTSD. I went in. Who goes in with PTSD? You know? And it was great, though, because I remember the psychiatrist saying to me, she said, "Paul, you're too messed up to kill." I was so bummed. I mean, like, you know, there aren't many things in life to get you down, but that one, that's like, you know, I had high expectations that, like, there would be one thing I could maybe do right in this life, and that would be take another person's life for my country. And it's really awkward now, though, like when I have a victim in a chair, tied up, you know, and then I hear her voice in my head, "You're too messed up to kill." It's a really awkward situation when I have to tell that person, I'm like, "By the way, like, I can't kill you now, because I just realized and remembered this." And but what I do is then I just, you know, I have suicidal thoughts, and I've lived with them for many years, and I've always just thought about how I want other people to kill themselves. It's a different form of suicidal thoughts. So in this situation, you know, usually what I do is I just tell them, like, "Listen, I'm going to untie you, and I'm going to run." And nobody dies. It works out great. It's like the reverse Dexter. I don't even know what that means. I've been watching You. Have you guys seen You?
Yes.
Oh my God. Talk about white privilege. That show is just full of it. What else is going on? I told you I'm really good at relationships. What's really cool is me and my girlfriend, we both have teenage sons. And any parents here?
Yeah.
Come on, admit it.
Oh, yeah.
Admit it.
7 kids.
We've all made the mistake. And it's interesting though, like, you know, well, I'll tell you, being a parent, one thing I realized, I used to get mad when people be like, talk about their pets and they call them fur babies. And I'm like, like, have you ever taken care of a child? Your dog is not a baby. But then I realized there are similarities, you know, because dogs and little babies are very cute. And they're very little. And, you know, if they poop, you got to clean it up. And if you ignore them, you're a horrible human being. But now that I have teenagers, I realize they're like cats. You know what I mean? They're assholes. And I just tell them, go shit in a box. I just put litter in the toilet, you know, just have a field day, kid. But I've been doing a really good job right now of ignoring my teenager. He's home doing what they do best, play video games. And probably watching porn. But I really wanted to get him off the video games. You know, I was like, but I didn't know what, I was like, how do you get, what do I do, you know? My parenting skills were so limited. So I just left bags of weed all over the house. It ain't working, folks, I'm telling you, this kid is good. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. So then I was like, okay, I'm gonna go deep on this one. So when he goes to sleep now, I inject him with heroin. I've been doing this for a couple weeks, so he's got a pretty good habit going. But I figure one of these days he's going to wake up and I'm just not going to inject him and he's going to be sick. And I'm going to be like, hey, maybe we should hop that computer, huh? Maybe we can get well. Oh, geez, I know. I'm doing the best I can to parent. You know, it's hard. It's hard. Kids are crazy. He went on his first date recently, which was both like very exciting and very frightening because he's the last of my virgins. So I don't know who I'm going to sacrifice if he gets lucky. I asked him, I said, where are you guys going on your date? And he said, we're going to a Bible study. Once again, look at me. I messed up. I don't know where I went wrong. So I did what every good parent would do in this situation. I wrote down my Pornhub password and information and just gave it to him. So I think you're going to need this way more than me. And he did what teenagers do. Oh, Dad, you're so embarrassing. Don't you know nobody pays for porn? That's a win column as a parent there. That's a win column. I'm doing all right. But I did ask him, I said, I just got to know, like, why do you want to hook up with a Christian? And he looked at me and he just goes like this. It's a fetish.
What?
A fetish. I was like, what? He goes, yeah. Check it out, Dad. VirginMaryMilk.com. Have you seen this website? I was like, my kid invented a porn genre. Is that her geez? Oh, geez, yeah. Oh, man. I'll tell you. It's cool, though, being a parent, though. It really is. Some good times. Like tonight, actually, I said goodnight to him, right? I said, I'm going out. I'm going to go do some comedy. And then I gave him some food. And then I went and got ready, and I came back, and I said, okay, I'm going now. I gave him a kiss on the head, because I'm such a loving dad. And he's just knee-deep killing people online.
Yeah.
And he says, you're going to bed, right? I'm like, it's 6:45. You know I won't go to bed till at least 8:30. See, I'm 52 years old. I know I don't look it. You guys can clap for my good looks here.
Yeah.
You want to know the beauty secrets?
Yeah.
A lot of people, they get that, that stuff, the
Botox.
yeah, the Botox. They inject the Botox. I inject heroin in my face. Ironically, I shoot up Botox in my veins. I have the insides of a 20-year-old. I don't know where I'm going with that one. But, yeah, I'm 52. And it's weird being 52. I got my first pair of bifocals recently. And it's really weird because when I was 25, I was bi-fucking. And I'm not gonna lie, the bifocals are way better. Way better. You can see, it makes everything look bigger. Whoa! That's a dick. Oh, get a little lost in myself there. So I was telling you guys, I grew up in New Jersey, punk rocker, and I'm also Jewish, been mentioned. I like to tell people I'm Jewish. I just repeat it over and over again. You know, I'm one of the Jews who puts the sin in synagogue. You know what I'm saying? But I'm German Jewish, which is, we're a little more rare. Yeah, we're rare. You know, and it's interesting because, you know, it's like I don't look Jewish, whatever that is. I don't know what that look is, but it's like I know I don't have it. I do look very German, though. You know, I look like the guy that would have shot me in Schindler's List. Dress for the job you want, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I don't even know, what am I qualified to do looking like this, too, you know? Like, you know, what? kill myself, kill a Jew, or like what, be a bouncer at an Applebee's? By the way, if you're in the neighborhood, come see me. And I've been really trying to figure out what an Applebee is. Does anybody, I mean, like, you know, there's like honeybees and killer bees, herpes. That stings. Watch out for that one. If there's any message we get out of this tonight, stay away from the Applebee's. Oh, life is good though. I love it here in Georgetown too. This is actually, I live in Southwest Austin now, so I'm kind of out of sorts. Way out of sorts. Yeah. It's interesting. I was a stay-at-home dad, right? For a long time, lived on a cul-de-sac in Southwest Austin. By the way, cul-de-sac is a French word for kill me now. And now I'm a divorced, single dad, you know, got a 2-bedroom apartment, which is also kill me now. Somebody said it. You felt it coming, right? I thought I heard somebody say it. Maybe it's just the voices in my head, I'm not sure. Oh boy. You guys are really great. I saw a light. I don't know where I am at the time. You guys are awesome. You guys are going to have an awesome time tonight. There are some unbelievable comics here, and I really just want to thank you vets that came out, and thank everybody here in Georgetown that came out. I did this show a couple months ago to 5 people. 5 people. I killed it. Where the hell were you? Where were you guys at, right? I mean, I'll show you the video to prove it. It's on Pornhub under Virgin American. All right, you guys, thanks a lot. Have a good night.
How you guys doing? Thanks for hanging out tonight and staying up late. Who's got the coke? I'm a fucking cop, dude. I am like to the heroin. I will be your cocaine though. I'm a little high energy, a little amped, drank a lot of coffee, might shit myself. I will do it on purpose though. Never on accident. So I've been, I found a lover. Anybody here in love? Relationships? Yeah, right? You know, it was cool. We did the Myers-Briggs thing to see like how compatible we really were. Months after we were fucking already. And it turns out she's ENFJ, which is an empathetic nymphomaniac who fucks Jews. Perfect for me, right? And I'm perfect for her. I'm PTSD. Because she likes fucking crazy. Yeah. We got a lot in common too. We both have teen kids. We have teen sons about the same age. I don't know if any of you guys are parents, but probably were once children. So you know how that goes. And I don't know, I've always looked at kids kind of like, you know, people call like their dogs and cats fur babies. And I used to think, you're fucking stupid. But actually I did think about it and I was kind of like, you know, there is a certain connection there. Because like babies really are like dogs. You know? Especially they're like puppies, you know? They're very cute and they need you. And you gotta clean up their shit. You gotta teach them how to wipe their ass. You teach your dog how to wipe their ass, right? Wipe their ass, your ass, I don't know. And if you ignore a dog, you're a horrible human being. And if you ignore a baby, you're a horrible human being. But teens, the fur baby teen, they're like cats. They're fucking assholes. So where'd they come from? So true. Who said it? Was it you? You're in the dark. Will you have kids?
No, I do not.
You just need kids are assholes?
I have siblings.
You have teenage siblings?
Yes.
Siblings. That's the symbiotic sibling. So you think teens are assholes too?
Yes.
Yes, they are. They are. my kids especially, you know, it's like my teen right now, I'm trying to get him off the computer. You know, he plays a lot of video games. So I like leave like bags of weed and bombs around. You know, I figure better that. I'm failing as a parent though. He's still on the computer games. You know, I figure when he's asleep, I'm just going to shoot him up with heroin, get him strung out, make him like pawn his computer. You know, like Dad did. Like father, like son, in rehab together. But no, I don't want to encourage you guys to do drugs though. I don't want to glamorize it like I am right now. I know it sounds really good. Don't want you guys to be like, oh, I'm going to go out and do some heroin and some cocaine. Because if you do that, there won't be any more from me. one clap. I got one clap for that. Yeah. Anyway, I'll leave you guys with that. Don't do drugs. Stay in school. Drive home safely. Use the force. Thank you very much. How's everybody doing tonight? You guys are here. This is amazing. I want to know how you guys get out of the house. Because I can't leave the house. I stay home all day. I'm a really deep thinker. I think all the time. I also got diagnosed today with overdisclosure disorder. It's called ODD. It creates attention deficit disorder, my listeners. So I've lost you guys already. I gotta be honest, I'm a loser. Total loser. From New Jersey. You tell I'm from New Jersey because when I get behind the wheel of a car, I look like this. And then I start the engine. I'm actually an Uber driver. I used to be a San Francisco cab driver. I'm now an Austin, Texas Uber driver. People ask me all the time weird fucking questions. The worst one is, how did you become an Uber driver? I'm like, I quit fucking high school. Nobody will hire me. I have a phone and a car. That's all you have to fucking do to be a loser. It's actually not a bad job though. People love to tell me things like, oh, I'm probably going to be one of your bits. I'm like, no, you're not. You're not that funny. But then I make fun of them on stage. This woman, the other day, she asked me why I have tattoos. And I had to tell her the truth. I don't know. I have no fucking idea. I don't know why I got them. I got one tattoo that says no reason. I think that explains it all. Did I tell you guys I was a loser? I'm a liberal Jew. How do we feel about that? Okay, a lot of Nazis here today, I can see. The Hitler was right crowd. It's okay. I'll work for my jokes from you guys. Yeah, I'm a liberal Jew. I'm also a parent. I have kids. My teenager, a couple weeks ago, shit himself. Yeah. I want you to know something. This is not something you think about when you're coming. For those of you that don't have kids, fuck you. You're so much better than me. And the thing is, fuck, he shit himself because he couldn't get in the house. He lost his key. And he had to go to the bathroom. Are you with me? You guys, okay. And I told him, I said, why didn't you just go in the backyard and shit? I'm like, it would have been okay. He said, somebody may have seen me. So he decided shitting himself was less embarrassing than having somebody see you shit. I don't know if I'm a good parent. I'm on the fence. I really am. I'm on the fence. I don't know if I'm doing a good job. I tried though. I really do. I tried really hard. Raising kids is difficult. Like teenagers, And babies are very different. Like, babies are like dogs. You know what I mean? Like, you have to clean up after them when they shit. And if you ignore them, you're a bad person. But teenagers are like cats. They're fucking assholes. And I ignore the fucking shit out of both my cat and my kids. I also want you guys to know I don't know how to solve the homeless problem in Austin, because I know that's what you came here for. Sorry. And I also wanted to try to offend anybody. Did I do a good job? One person was offended, I did a good job. The rest of you, fuck you. Seriously, fuck you. Be offended. This world sucks. Anyway, have a good night. How you guys doing? Thanks for hanging out tonight and staying up late. Who's got the coke? I'm a fucking cop, dude! No. I am like to the heroin. I will be your cocaine though. I'm a little high energy, a little amped, drank a lot of coffee, might shit myself. I will do it on purpose though. Never an accident. So I found a lover. Anybody here in love? Relationships? Yeah, right? You know, it was cool. We did the Myers-Briggs thing to see like how compatible we really were. Months after we were fucking already. And it turns out she's ENFJ, which is an empathetic nymphomaniac who fucks Jews. Perfect for me, right? And I'm perfect for her. I'm PTSD. Because she likes fucking crazy. Yeah, we got a lot in common too. We both have teen kids. We have teen sons about the same age. I don't know if any of you guys are parents, but probably were once children, so you know how that goes. And I don't know. I've always looked at kids kind of like, you know, people call like their dogs and cats fur babies, and I used to think you're fucking stupid. But actually, I did think about it, and I was kind of like, you know, there is a certain connection there, because like babies really are like dogs, you know, especially they're like puppies, you know, they're very cute, and they need you, and you got to clean up their shit. You got to teach them how to wipe their ass. You teach a dog how to wipe their ass, right? Wipe their ass, your ass, I don't know. And if you ignore a dog, you're a horrible human being. And if you ignore a baby, you're a horrible human being. But teens, the fur baby teen, they're like cats. They're fucking assholes. So where'd that come from? So true. Who said it? Was it you? You're in the dark. You have kids?
No, I do not.
You just know kids are assholes?
I have siblings.
You have teenage siblings?
Yeah.
Siblings. That's the symbiotic sibling. So you think teens are assholes too?
Yes.
Yes, they are. They are. My kids especially, you know, it's like my teen right now, I'm trying to get him off the computer. You know, he plays a lot of video games. So I like leave like bags of weed and bombs around. You know, I figure better that. I'm failing as a parent though. He's still on the computer games. You know, I figure when he's asleep, I'm just gonna shoot him up with heroin, get him strung out, make him like pawn his computer. You know, like Dad did. Like father, like son, in rehab together. But no, I don't want to encourage you guys to do drugs though. I don't want to glamorize it like I am right now. I know it sounds really good. Don't want you guys to be like, oh, I'm gonna go out and do some heroin and some cocaine. Because if you do that, there won't be any more for me. So, one clap. I got one clap for that. Yeah. Anyway, I'll leave you guys with that. Don't do drugs. Stay in school. Drive home safely. Use the force. Thank you very much.